So here we are on our last chapter in Poppleton called The Pill. Now, we know some things about Poppleton. We know he's a pig. We know he moved to a new house in a small town. We know he's best friends with Cherry Sue. We know he loves to read and go to the library. He's pretty strict about following schedules. And we know that sometimes he can get annoyed and lose his temper. So let's see what we can learn about Poppleton in the chapter called The Pill. But before we do that, let's take our sneak peek. So here it looks like Poppleton is bringing some soup to a goat in a bed. Maybe that goat is a sick friend. Looks like Poppleton is trying to get him to eat the soup. Pointing at something on the table. Looks like they're talking. The goat's kind of got a smile on his face, so I wonder what he's asking for. Okay, there's Poppleton. There's the goat. Looks like they're talking about something. Oh, here. Now Poppleton's got a cake. I wonder what he needs a cake for. Looks like he's slicing the cake. Looks like he's kind of peeking at the goat behind him like he's doing something sneaky. I wonder what sneaky thing Poppleton was doing there. Looks like they're going to eat the whole cake. Uh-oh. Looks like Poppleton's maybe getting a headache. Maybe he's getting a little annoyed again. We know that happens with Poppleton. Oh, and now here they both are in bed eating cake. All right, so make your prediction. What do you think is going to happen in the chapter of Poppleton called The Pill? Poppleton's friend Fillmore was sick in bed. Poppleton brought Fillmore some chicken soup. I feel terrible, Poppleton, said Fillmore. Have a bowl of soup, said Poppleton. First, I have to take my pill, said Fillmore. Where is it? Asked Poppleton. Over there on the table, said Fillmore. Poppleton brought Fillmore his pill. I can't take it like that, said Fillmore. You have to hide it. Hide it? Asked Poppleton. You have to hide it in my food, said Fillmore. I'll put it in the soup, said Poppleton. No, it has to be in something sweet, said Fillmore. Sweet? Asked Poppleton. Sweet and soft, said Fillmore. Sweet and soft? Asked Poppleton. Sweet and soft and with raspberry filling, said Fillmore. Sweet and soft with raspberry filling? Asked Poppleton. And chocolate on top, said Fillmore. Chocolate on... Fillmore, are you talking about Cherry Sue's heavenly cake? Asked Poppleton. Fillmore smiled. Poppleton went away. Soon he came back with Cherry Sue's heavenly cake. Now I can hide your pill, said Poppleton. Don't tell me which piece of cake it's in, said Fillmore. Poppleton sliced the cake into 10 pieces. He hid Fillmore's piece in one of them. Fillmore had the first piece. Yum, said Fillmore. Did I take my pill? Poppleton shook his head. Fillmore had another piece. Yum, said Fillmore. Did I take it? Poppleton shook his head. Fillmore ate piece after piece after piece. Did I take it? Poppleton kept shaking his head. Finally, there was only one piece of cake left. "Thank goodness," said Poppleton. Fillmore looked at the piece of cake. "I can't eat that one," he said. "It has a pill." "Well, what can you eat?" shouted Poppleton. "Something lemony," said Fillmore, "with coconut." "I feel sick," said Poppleton. "Move over." So it looks like Poppleton's getting a little annoyed and frustrated again. We know he can lose his temper. We can tell because it said "shouted Poppleton" and the text is all in capital letters. Oops. Poppleton and Fillmore were sick in bed for 3 days. They took lots of pills. It took 27 cakes to get them all down. All right, so I want you thinking about your prediction. What were you thinking the pill was going to be about? I want you to think, what did you learn about Poppleton? Now, we can also learn about characters by how they interact with others. So we know Poppleton is kind-hearted because he came to help Fillmore when he was sick and he brought him soup. But we also learned again that Poppleton can get kind of annoyed and lose his temper sometimes. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the Poppleton series and tune in next time for a new book.